Welcome back to the Business Ignite podcast, where we light the fire for business growth and marketing success. Your hosts, Ethan Walker and Samantha Reed, bring you the latest trends, expert insights, and actionable strategies to fuel your business journey. Let's ignite your potential.
Ever find yourself on a website?
Oh.
Just clicking and clicking, but you just get nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Happened to me the other day, actually. I was just trying to find a simple return policy, but I ended up down this rabbit hole of, well, I'll just say irrelevant information.
Yeah.
So frustrating.
Yeah, it highlights something really crucial, I think. So many websites, they miss the mark when it comes to, like, their core purpose, which should be to make our lives easier, not harder, right?
Absolutely. And that's where this whole idea of like building a website customers will love comes in.
Right.
It's not just about aesthetics, it's about creating a really effective online experience.
Exactly.
And that's what we're going to be diving into today.
Yeah.
We have this great piece from 95 Visual, a site customers will love. You provided some great material for us to unpack today.
It's a really interesting piece. Right off the bat, they do something, I don't know, kind of unexpected.
Okay.
Instead of jumping into, design tips or the latest tech trends, they really emphasize something much more fundamental, aligning your website with your overall business goals.
See, that might seem obvious at first, but I think it's something that businesses overlook surprisingly often.
Absolutely. A lot of times we get so caught up in the make it pretty part that we forget about the why behind it.
Yeah.
Why are we even doing this?
Totally.
So think about companies, and the article mentions them, like Apple or Google.
Right.
They're synonymous with constant innovation, right? And their websites, they totally mirror that. Always pushing boundaries, exploring new possibilities.
So if rapid growth is your business objective, you're not going to have a website that feels static or outdated, right?
Right.
It needs that same kind of dynamism.
Yeah, absolutely. But even these giants, as the article astutely points out, they are constantly seeking and integrating user feedback.
Oh, interesting.
So think about iPhones and Androids, how they've evolved over the years.
Yeah.
Those changes weren't made in a vacuum. They were a direct response to what users wanted, what worked, what didn't.
Which leads us to another great point the article makes, the importance of gathering feedback. Don't just guess what your customers want, ask them.
And that's something you can implement right now, today.
Yep, right.
Regardless of your website size, your business model.
It really got me thinking, what methods do I even use to get feedback on my own work?
Mm-hmm.
It's so easy to just get caught up in the day-to-day.
Yeah.
And forget to pause and listen. What about you, listener?
Yeah.
What are some ways you gather feedback, whether it's on your website, your business in general?
Yeah. How do you know what people are responding to?
We want to know.
This next point from the article I think is really intriguing. It's the importance of focus.
And I love how 95 Visual illustrates this point with a bit of humor, right?
Yeah.
Haven't we all stumbled upon websites that are just this hodgepodge of unrelated content?
All over the place.
The example they gave, this car wash site with pictures of kittens on it,
Right.
It's almost comical,
It is comical.
but it highlights a real problem.
Yeah, it can be incredibly disorienting for visitors to your site.
Right.
If a website offers too many disparate things.
Right. It's what are you even about? What is this?
Yeah. People are going to be like, wait, what are you doing? What is the core purpose here?
Think about it like walking into a store that sells, I don't know, high-end shoes and telescopes.
Right,
And to
exactly.
be like, I don't know if I trust your expertise in either of these areas.
Yeah, are you shoe people or are you telescope people?
Well, a couple
Lane.
Exactly. And that cluttered feeling.
Yeah.
It makes people click away just as quickly as they clicked in.
That's right. You're out of there. And the article offers a really actionable takeaway here, which I appreciate. They say, regularly audit your website content. Ask yourself, does everything on my website truly align with my core offerings and my business goals?
This kind of brings us to a challenge I think a lot of us can relate to.
Yeah.
You spend weeks, maybe even months, right? Building your website, perfecting every detail.
Yeah.
Launch day arrives. You're so excited.
Right.
You're ready for the world.
Let's do this.
And then
That gets tumbling.
it can be a real letdown.
It really can.
But the 95 Visual article, thankfully,
Yeah.
they offer some really insightful advice here.
Okay.
They suggest having a bank of fresh content ready to go
Oh, interesting.
before you even launch the site.
So front load it?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's about more than just new products or service announcements.
Right.
It's about having articles, resources, blog posts, whatever it looks like.
Yeah.
Think of it as like
Keep it fresh.
providing genuine value to your audience.
Yes, give them a reason to not just visit,
Yeah.
but to stay.
Yes. To explore, to like come back for more.
Engage, yeah.
It's about creating a website that feels alive, dynamic.
Right, like there's always something new to discover.
Exactly.
But more than that, it's about tailoring that content to your specific audience.
Oh, for sure.
Right, what questions are they asking? What problems are they trying to solve?
That's such a good point, because the type of content that like keeps me engaged on a website dedicated to like, I don't know, vintage vinyl records.
Right.
It's going to be very different from a website dedicated to like sustainable gardening practices.
Exactly. It's about understanding your niche, right? Yeah, and offering something genuinely valuable to like the people who are in that world.
Okay, listeners, this is where we want to hear from you.
Yes.
Thinking about your field, your interests, what kind of fresh content keeps you coming back to a website.
What are you clicking on?
What are you clicking on? What makes you feel like a website truly understands your needs and what you're looking for?
Yes.
What keeps you engaged and wanting more?
So important.
Hit us up.
It's an important question to consider because, as 95 Visual emphasizes, building a website that resonates with your audience, it's not a one-time endeavor.
Right.
It's an ongoing process.
It's a journey. It really is, yeah.
It's a journey. It's ongoing.
You're always refining, you're tweaking,
Mm-hmm.
you're making sure you're really delivered on what your audience is looking for.
Yes, and it actually brings up a point that, while not explicitly mentioned in the 95 Visual article, I think is so relevant to this whole conversation about making a website people will love.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued. Tell me more.
Accessibility.
Oh, okay.
A website that is truly designed with the user in mind considers the needs of all users,
Right.
including those with disabilities.
Such an important point.
Right, because we're talking about making the online world inclusive and welcoming for everyone.
Absolutely.
We're talking about elements like clear navigation, alt text for images, keyboard-only functionality.
Yeah.
These aren't just like technical check marks on a list, right?
Right.
These are design choices that demonstrate a real commitment to inclusivity.
It's about recognizing that people experience the web in different ways and like
Yes.
designing with that in mind.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you embark on this journey, right, of creating a website your customers will love,
Mhm.
remember that accessibility is a key ingredient in that recipe for success.
It's all about building those like lasting connections with people.
Lasting connections, yes.
Well, there you have it.
That's it.
Actionable insights,
We did it.
fresh perspectives,
Always.
and a reminder that building a truly great website is an ongoing process.
It never ends.
A big thank you to 95 Visual for this really thought-provoking piece.
Yes, thank you.
And to you, our listeners, thank you for diving into this topic with us.
Yes, thank you.
Remember, we're always eager to hear your thoughts, so hit us up.
Yes, let us know.
What resonated with you today? What will you implement in your own online endeavors? Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning,
Keep iterating.
and keep those feedback cards coming.
Yes, please.
Thanks for tuning in to the Business Ignite podcast, where we fuel your business growth and marketing success. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to rate and review us. It does help others find the show. Don't forget to follow us on social media at Business Ignite Podcast and share this episode with a friend. Keep the fire burning, and remember, your success is just one strategy away. Until next time, stay ignited.